On this installment of Songdog Mafia's Predator Assassins, we're headed up north, about an hour and a half north of home, to hunt with Paul Landsberg and Jason Heany. Well, in this one, we're going to pick up where we left off with our hunt with Jason Heany and Paul Landsberg. If you remember, we were just getting started. First day started out a little rough, then we were able to start picking up the action on the second day. First stand in the morning, had a pair come in, able to coax that one across the field. Put that one down, and on the second hunt, we were able to pull one across the cut cornfield with the woodpecker distress on the ICOtec. And put it right in our lap. Hey Jason, what do you think about hunting with Songdog Mafia?
Awesome.
Now we continue our hunt. We're midday, we're at about noon. We're calling all day. It's cold weather. We didn't go up there for nothing to set at home. So we just keep going at it, and boy, am I glad we did. We have a small area just in the middle of a field with a little bit of brush and a silo, and it was a perfect place for us to tuck in there. Paul Landsberg and I go back and forth a little bit. We do a little bit of a serenade. We go back and forth between the Reese Outdoors hand calls, and I do some calling with the Wicked Jack, and I love this call. Next thing I know, Jason Heany says, "Hey, we got one right out in front of us."
He's looking right at us.
We've got a nice crosswind from our right to our left. So we knew right where we needed to be. We knew where our scent cone was at. We give him a little bit of time. I was able to squeeze this one off and lay this nice coyote down. You know, we're on a roll here with Paul and Jason. You know, we got two Jasons here, so
Key thing is it's like 12:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Just keep calling.
keep calling. How many coyotes have we seen today? 1, 2, 8.
8.
Right? The other, we saw 6. They were out in the field. We couldn't get in on them, but we saw 8 coyotes. We're in the middle of the day. We're just going to keep going, guys. Don't give up. Let's do it. Let's go get another
Push
one.
her on in the dark.
Let's keep going.
Let's go.
Your turn to carry.
All right. So here we are, middle of the day. I think by 12:30 we've got our third coyote on the ground. So we move on to another spot. And we were a little hesitant on calling this spot because the grass was so tall. But if a coyote would have come in, he definitely would have been above the grass. We find a little spot up on this little knoll, and we start out with the ICOtec, the woodpecker again. You know, the bird sounds were working. And we switched from that over to the, I believe Paul was on the RSS4, and then he switched over to some bird distress on his Surge Series calls. You know, we about gave this spot up. You know, we were getting ready to get up and go, and Kenny says, "Hey, I see a cat." And of course, we all get excited. This cat was about 175, almost 200 yards is I think what Paul ranged him at. And, it's a small target at that range, and this cat didn't want to go anywhere. And it was a good thing that we didn't let him go anywhere. And our thoughts of going ahead and taking this cat and taking a crack at him was there was that tall grass. So if he would have got off that little ridge and he would come down that grass, we may have never seen him again. So we did a 3-2-1, and Jason, Kenny, and Paul all cracked a shot at the same time. And I don't know who hit the cat, but somebody nailed him right in the noggin. Put that cat down like a sack of potatoes.
What? Bobcat.
That is a very pretty cat.
White spot.
Third stand in a row. I'll tell you what. And he's heavy. Goodness. That's awesome. Yeah, sharp those are. That made my trip right there.
3 coyotes and a bobcat.
Okay,
3 stands in a row.
3 stands in a row. The ICOtec does it again.
So we move on to our next spot, and this is another spot that Jason and them knew right where to set up, and that's one thing I can't say enough about these guys, and something I really want to stress to people. Really know your spots. Don't go into these spots blind. And you know, these guys really knew where they were setting up. So I was running camera again. I had Jason Heany on my left-hand side. I had Paul right in front of me, and Kenny was off to the right, kind of in a diamond shape. We start off with a little bit of rabbit, and then we switch over to some chicken sounds on the GC500 ICOtec, and we do all kinds of calls. You know, the birds were really working. The first coyote popped out, and I start lip squeaking to let the other guys know that I'm seeing something without being too loud. And that's all I seen at the time. I'm on that lead coyote, and man, what a beautiful coyote this thing was, and a big coyote. And he was, you know, he was pretty dominant. He was, you know, you could tell he was pretty aggressive, and he was leading the pack. And little did we know that there was another coyote standing behind that one in the timber. A little bit of confusion starts into where I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to tell Paul, because Paul's got shotgun, and tell Paul to shoot, take that lead coyote, and we got 2 on the video, but what you don't see is there was a third one to the left. So I'm communicating with Paul, Jason's trying to communicate with me, and he's on another coyote that I never even seen. I'm telling Paul to shoot. Jason thinks I'm talking to him, and Jason, he fires at one, and it just happened to be the one off to the left that you can't see on camera. Then it was chaotic from there. Everybody's firing, trying to lay down more coyotes, and they're running every which direction. There's another one. But we ever laid this one massive coyote down.
Pretty good sized dog again. Yeah, awesome. Well, good job, bud. Good shooting. Well, he's a lot darker, and he's big.
Just a great hunt. A little exciting, but a great hunt. Had a blast. It was great calling. We seen them all day. We started out in the morning shooting them all the way through the middle, and then finished at night. So they were moving all day, weren't they? But I tell you what, the calls we used, we mixed it up. We did everything. We did stuff we've never called with before, all the way down to chickens. So I mean, we used what we had to use, and we mixed it up, and we had a great time.
Which actually brought in a coyote.
Brought in a coyote. The one Jason shot was actually on a triple. Once there was a shot fired, it was chaos. It was a frenzy, and there coyotes going everywhere. But there was a triple, and Jason was able to take one up down with that chicken distress. And you know, I think we called in a total of 8 coyotes today. Yeah. And then we saw another 6 that we didn't even really get to try to call. So I mean, they were moving today. But we just want to thank you guys for having us. Jason and Paul are great guys. We really appreciate them having us up. You know, and the support that they give us, and you know, we were excited to get up there and hunt with them. And you know, I know they were as well, and we just had a fantastic hunt. We just can't thank them enough, and we can't thank their family enough. The hospitality was just fantastic from them, and we made a lot of memories on this hunt, and we got to meet new people, and we're definitely going to go back with them this year. We've already got the invite to come back, and we're going to do it again. I actually think we're going to get into some coon calling. Thank you to them, and I appreciate everything that they've done, and I can't wait to do it again.